Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo here with another great Class A motorhome value from Parkway RV Center. Got a really good deal today on an ultra low mileage triple slide Class A. Today we're looking at a 2007 Damon Challenger. The model number's a 355F. This is a triple slide Class A motorhome with only 13,900 miles. And folks, it's got three big slide outs, got a 5500 Onan gasoline generator. Good looking rig. And a buy, especially compared to what this thing costs new. And the previous owners got less than 14,000 miles out of it. So definitely a great buy for what it is, especially right now. Folks, we've got a huge Class A shortage right now in the RV industry, as many of you shoppers are probably already figured out. So gems like this are getting harder and harder to find. And there's a reason for that, folks. Well, first of all, you got to realize RVing's more popular than ever, and new RV prices have skyrocketed in the last few years. Nobody wants to go out and spend $150,000 on a single slide gas unit. I mean, you could buy a nice diesel for what a basic gas unit costs you now. So that's made the demand for used RVs go through the roof, because nobody wants to lose that kind of money. I mean, folks, basically for what you're going to lose on a brand new RV for less than what you'll lose on a brand new motorhome as soon as you drive it off that new dealer's lot, because you lose 33% of whatever you just paid for it as soon as you leave the dealer's lot with it. So I mean, you buy this thing new, it's probably closer to 200. You'll lose 60 grand as soon as you drive it off the lot in depreciation. Of course, if you finance it, your payoff doesn't go down, but the value sure does. So you lose enough on a brand new one to pay for this one free and clear, and put about 15-20 grand in your pocket. And plus, you got to realize, folks, what was going on in 2007? The recession. New RV manufacturers were in survival mode. They were building half the amount of new RVs as they normally do because of the recession. So now that what was then new are now used, that means even lesser of a supply available of RVs built in those years. So again, folks, supply and demand dictates market value. 355 Damon Motor Coach, value by design, old brand, been around a long time. And look inside this motorhome, folks. Wow. Start here in the front cab. 13,900 miles, dash air's ice cold. Got the Lippert hydraulic leveling jack, CD stereo. Dash looks great. Windshield looks great. Got the original TV in it. Looks like it's got some electronics in here. Dish network, receiver, DVD, VCR. Both captain's chairs swivel for party seating. Of course, it's built on the Ford chassis, the 5F53 chassis. Huge chassis, folks. Got 463 hours on the generator. That's it. 6.8 V10, 305 horsepower, 420 pound-feet of torque. Plenty to haul this thing down the road. You got a 5,000 pound tow capacity. 13,936. No check engine lights. The parking brake lights on, folks. That's the only light on the dash, and of course that'll go out. I've got them engaged because these Damons have got a safety system. If you take the parking brake off, it may take it a second to do it, you'll get this annoying beeping noise letting you know your slides are out. So that way you don't drive off with the slides down. But hey, there you go. Anyway, power mirrors, heated mirrors. Got the auxiliary start. Everything up here looks good. Got the flash. Backup camera works great. Hey, for what this thing is, this is a nice motorhome. And got a roomy layout because of those three slide outs. Folks, one thing I just noticed too, Driver's side windshield, I doubt you can even see it in the video. It's got a small crack in the very corner of it. There's no way it can expand. It's probably been there for years, folks. It's not in your line of sight. In fact, you would probably never even notice it if I didn't tell you to look for it. I just seen it when I was sitting down. So, you know, I normally don't replace windshields unless the crack is right in the driver's view. You know, I can replace that windshield, folks, but I can't do it for that price. So keep that in mind. You know, it does have a small crack in the corner. I seriously doubt you can, because I'm looking at the screen on my camera, I can't see it. So I seriously doubt it's 90% of you would probably never even notice that. But I like to point out good and bad just to keep no surprises for anybody involved. So I know so many of you are going to be traveling a good distance to look at this RV, and I don't want you to. Most people that wouldn't bother you, but for some of you that are really picky, I don't want any surprises. But look at this room, folks. Tile floor, nice countertops. Got a countertop extender that folds in right there. 22-inch tall oven. Stove eyes don't look like they've hardly been used. Kitchen right here. Double basin sink. Got the glass front cabinets. Table booth, and you got a queen size pull out sleeper sofa. And look at all this room right here, folks. You put a queen size air mattress right here easy if you need to sleep 8 people. And that's what I tell people. I mean, 99.9% of you, 4 and 6 people is all you're going to carry with you anyway. I mean, because I know a lot of people buy these things thinking their adult children are going to come, their grandkids are going to come, and they give up all this living space and comfort space to get a bunkhouse. And 9 out of 10 of those people are back here 2 years later wanting to trade it back in because their kids and grandkids never went with them. So always assume it's just going to be you, your significant other, and any kids you got living in your house. And best way to keep that from happening, folks, get you a $60, $70 self-inflating air mattress from Walmart and throw it in the floor for those occasional guests when you need to sleep more than 6, and your problem solved. Anyway, 8 cubic foot Dometic refrigerator freezer, runs off LP or electric. Pantry. Got the double ducted carrier roof airs with a remote control so you can change the temperature without having to get out of bed. Of course, slide out controls, everything's right here in one convenient spot. Nice walk-through bathroom. Got a French door leading into the rear bedroom. Shower. Stickers still look great. Skylight looks great. No signs of water damage. I don't see any soft spots. I don't see a sagging headliner. It's got that padded ceiling, which just like an old car headliner, if ever gets water in there, it will hang down and sag, and it's got none of that. Private water closet, got a toilet. Carpets, we just had new carpets installed. Of course, you know, carpets weren't bad in it, but they were a little dated looking. So we definitely, for no more than it cost us, folks, you got to realize we buy this carpet in bulk, and we get incredible deals on that carpet. So it doesn't cost us really that much more to recarpet one than to pay a professional crew to clean the carpets. So it's only $200 or $300 more just to put new carpet in it. So, and we just, most of the time we just do that instead of hiring Stanley Steamer or a place like that, folks. Now, could you do that at home unless you're willing to spend several $1,000s in carpet at a time? I doubt it. But we are. I mean, we spend 10, 12 grand in carpet at one get-go so we can buy it in bulk and get that bulk discount. Anyway, folks, rear bedroom, Queen Island bed, east-west bed, got a TV at the foot of the bed, got a lot of closet, a lot of storage space. It's a nice motorhome. For the money, especially, and the miles. I mean, how many triple slide motorhomes with 13,000 miles do you see in a 07 model in any brand for $39,900? Very, very few, if any. So, 36 foot long, $39,900, and what all you're getting for that $39,900, folks, is simple. You're going to get this ultra low mileage Damon Challenger 355F. 13,900 miles, just a few hundred miles on the generator. I mean, it's not hurt, folks. We drove it 300 miles up here without a problem, and we probably towed a vehicle behind it. And 5,000 pounds is plenty towing capacity, folks. I mean, I don't think you're going to be pulling a high-top, full-size van behind it. So 5,000 pounds for a car, a truck, an SUV is perfect. I mean, you don't need any more than that, folks. Now, if you're going to tow a race car trailer with race cars and engines and tools and all that, yeah, you're probably going to need a diesel. But just to tow around, just a standard everyday runabout, this one right here, 5,000 pounds is more than enough. But anyway, folks, $39,900 haggle-free firm. That's the option A price. You get this motorhome checked out by our certified RV techs. Remember, we don't check them out until we sell them. Main reason we don't do that, folks, keep our costs down, because I've got 140 used RVs. If I have to pre-check every single one of these RVs, I'm going to have to hire a lot more shop help, a lot more RV techs. Those guys aren't cheap and they're not easy to find. I've got one guy here that I had to pay to move up from Florida to get him to work here. So, you know, you can imagine those guys aren't cheap, and that's probably the biggest expense in any used RV dealership is paying your techs. So if your kids are wanting to do something that there's a huge demand for a job and they can make good money, tell them to go to Florida and go to these schools that teach you how to be a certified RV tech, because you'll never ever lack for a job. I can promise you. You can pick and choose where you want to work and what part of the country, and you're going to make way more money than you would ever as an automotive mechanic, and have a whole lot more demand, job demand. Anyway, my RV techs are going to go through this thing after you purchase it. The way it works, you purchase it, pay for it. It goes in line. Right now on Class A motorhomes, we're a week and a half, 2 weeks out. In other words, once you pay for it, unless something odd happens that we have to order a part that may not function, that's not readily available, we should have this thing done in a week and a half, 2 weeks. Always verify that with your salesperson, because I don't know when exactly you're watching this video, and our lead time changes pretty much every day. So depends on the current workload in the back, because we check them out in the order that they're sold. And you got to realize something else, folks, and another reason why we don't check them out. And a lot of you don't think that everybody checks these things out at other dealers before you buy, but you're absolutely wrong. Most dealers you go to, you look at a 12-year-old motorhome, it's sold as is, take the good with the bad. They don't check them out. And if they do check them out, they do it after the sale, because you got to realize, folks, during the week, the 6 days a week we're open, we probably have a couple of hundred customers that walk through almost every RV on the lot, especially Class A motorhomes. Customers come in here, and I'm not trying to be unwelcome, folks. I'm really not, but this is just the truth. Customers walk through here. A lot of them are just killing time. They've got their kids, their young children. They're treating these RVs like a playground, jumping over everything and opening drawers up, tearing up drawers, bending doors. I mean, I could go on and on and on. Turning stuff on, costing us thousands and thousands of dollars a year in dead batteries. Because, you know, once a battery gets discharged so much, it's not going to charge back up. So, I mean, just the amount of money that we spend every year due to customers damaging our property while they're looking at them unescorted is just staggering, folks. It really is. I mean, wow. I mean, if I could take that money and buy me an absolutely loaded full body paint diesel pusher, and then still have money left over just on the money that we spend on that, folks. It's literally tens of thousands of dollars. So here's what happens. If we check these units out, because we've tried it both ways, if we checked it before we put them up for sale, they sit out here 3 weeks, 4 weeks, however long before they sell, you know, and we've sold them like that and gave the customer the key, says checked out, ready to go, take it, and they call and said this ain't working, this is broke, etc. From customers coming out on a lot and damaging RVs. So if we check it out, it sits 3 weeks, we sell it, we're going to have to check it out again anyway. So we might as well just do it one time instead of two. Saves us money, saves workload, and we can save you money by keeping our overhead down. So and I'm not trying to be unwelcome about people coming and look, because there's a reason why other dealerships don't let you look on their lot unescorted by a salesperson, and that's exactly the number one reason why. Because, now I'm not saying all of you, but some people don't have respect for other people's property. And, you know, but anyway, for now, we still let you look around unescorted. You can look at 140 plus used RVs. Most of them's got the price in the windshield. You can look unescorted at your own pace and leisure. And if you need anything, just poke your head inside the showroom. One of my salespeople will be glad to help you. We're a very hands-off, no sales pressure way of doing business, and that's the way we've done it for decades, folks. No commission salespeople. Everybody here makes salary. That way you've got no sales pressure, no trouble, no drama, no lies, BS, or anything else that you get from a lot of commission salespeople. Plus you save money too. But anyway, that's why we don't check them out before we sell them. Got a question about that, give us a call. We'll try to explain to you a little better than I can. One of my guys can, but you know, if you've ever been in this business, you probably know what I mean. Anyway, we'll check it out when it's checked out, and my sales manager does his final walkthrough. He's happy with the mechanical condition of everything, because we don't cover cosmetics, folks. Cosmetic imperfections is why it's called a used RV and not a brand new one for 180 grand. It's because there are cosmetic imperfections. We make sure all the mechanical stuff works. We want to make sure your jacks, your slides, your air conditioners, your fridge, water, propane, appliances, lights, drawers, cabinets, and more, awning, and all that stuff. We want to make sure all that stuff works for you. And of course, if you find anything wrong with it that's on our standard checkout list, we fix it or replace it at no additional cost to you before you pick it up or before we deliver it. So, after it's checked out and it's been cleaned, if my sales manager is satisfied with everything, he will give you a call and set up a mutually beneficial appointment for you to come get your motorhome and get your walkthrough demonstration. And once you arrive at your appointed time, my RV tech that checked it out, that knows it better than anybody, is going to go through this motorhome with you. He's going to show you how to operate everything. He's going to show you everything works. He's going to give you tips, tricks, and pointers. He's going to show you anything he had to do as far as repairs. You can record them with your phone, with your camera, however you want to do it, folks. We're very easy to get along with. He'll spend some time with you, answer any questions you have. Then you take possession of it, and you get a 90-day nationwide, not just a warranty through us, but a nationwide warranty for those of you who are traveling a pretty good distance to buy from us. That is included as well. It's a 90-day nationwide limited warranty that you can extend very, very affordably, and I strongly urge everybody to at least get a quote on a year or 2 year, 3 year warranty, whatever you want. More affordable than you realize, because we don't mark them up like other dealers do. Other dealers mark warranties up 3 or 4 times dealer cost, folks. I had a customer here the other day, went to the big corporate dealer up the street from us. 3 year warranty for the diesel they were looking at was over $10,000 there. And I looked up our warranty, which happened to be the same warranty company, and it was $5,000. That's because they marking it up so much more than we are. So, you know, different ways of looking at it, but we can definitely get you a quote, and it's of course it's going to be a lot less on a gas engine than a diesel. So if you want a quote on this, just give our salesperson a call, and he'll get you a quote on it as well. Ask your salesperson to send you over a copy of the checkout list that shows all the systems that we inspect and repair or replace if needed for the price you pay. And he can also tell you what the current lead time is for a Class A checkout and more. Let them know you're coming, because folks never drive down here any distance without checking with our sales department first to make sure the unit you're looking at is still available. I never delete my YouTube videos because they help our Google search rankings. So you're going to see, if you go on my channel, you're going to see videos all the way back to 2010 and almost 2,400 of them. So please call ahead before driving any significant distance. Make sure it's still available. Make sure it doesn't have a deposit on it. And please don't call until you're getting ready to leave the house, because I've had so many people call, oh yeah, it's still available. But then they wait a week and a half, 2 weeks to come down and don't call and let us know they're coming. And they show up and guess what? Yeah, it was available a week and a half, 2 weeks ago when you called, but not anymore. And they'll drive several hours down here. It's absolutely ludicrous, folks, but people do it every day. So please call ahead and make sure it's available. Of course, that's common sense. And do it right before you leave the house, just to make sure that, you know, you get up to the date information. Anyway, folks, financing's available with approved credit. Minimum 10% down payment is mandatory. With approved credit, of course. And we go through several nationwide lenders. Again, folks, unlike other RV dealerships, when you go through their finance department, they're marking that interest rate up 1 or 2% over what the bank approves you for, and that can cost you thousands of dollars in higher RV payments over the life of an RV loan. But folks, our finance department does buy rate only, so they only do, and for those of you who've ever sold, you know what a buy rate is. Buy rate is what the bank is what the bank is approved you for. Now they can do a sale rate, which is got the dealer markup in it, but all of our finance lenders, we've told them exclusively, we don't want kickback on financing. Well, we just want to get the lowest rate for our customers, and that's what we do, folks. Get you a real good rate, real long terms, and we're more than happy to work with your own bank or credit union as well. I know a lot of dealers don't like to do that because when a customer has their own financing, they can't make any money on what they call the back end, which is financing, the amount of money that they mark the interest rates up, because the dealer gets to keep that money. So definitely keep that in mind. In fact, if you've got a current RV loan now that you went through the dealership's finance department, get your current payoff, get online, Google RV financing. You can go direct to the bank, refinance your RV, and probably save a ton of money in interest. I'm just saying, it's definitely worth checking into. Because if you went through a dealership's finance department besides us, chances are you're paying more interest than you should. And also, folks, if all these extra services they try to sell you, folks, they're not worth the paper they're written on. Gap insurance and protection plans and all that stuff, don't fall for it. You can get all that stuff on your own with a Google search for 1/4 the money what the dealer's charging you, because everything a dealership offers you is marked up 3 or 4 times over dealer cost, and way more than you can get it for yourself independently. So please keep that in mind. I've seen so many people come in here that have bought RVs at other dealerships, bought them and been driving them for years, and owe so much more than they're worth. It's depressing sometimes, folks, and when you have to tell the people that, no, you owe too much, that we can't help you. That's the worst conversation I hate to have in this business, folks, because you can see the look on their face because they knew that they were screwed. And you feel sorry for them, but folks, you've got to do your research on these RVs. Compare prices. Check your own financing. See what kind of financing you can get yourself before you check with the dealership. And if they can beat what you can get by yourself, and by all means do it. But at least check and see what you can get done by yourself. Military members, past and present, thank you for your service. Check with USAA and Navy Federal Credit Union. 2 great institutions for veterans and active duty military to get incredible financing on RVs. Fast and easy. And I'm not endorsing them. I don't make any money off them. But I'm just giving you a bit of advice. I've helped. You'd be surprised people that come in here that served that had no idea that those 2 institutions did RV loans. Anyway, give us a call if you have any questions, folks. $39.9, haggle free. You get the 90-day warranty. You get the inspection. You get the walkthrough. You also get 21 nights of free camping, up to 7 nights at a time at select RV resorts nationwide. Which, trust me, folks, you buy this motorhome, you're going to want to use it. So, hey, that's $1,000 at minimum in free camping that you don't have to pay. That's included. Drive-out tag, you get a starter kit with all your camping essentials and much more. $39.9 out the door, haggle-free, firm, non-negotiable. Doesn't matter if you're financing, trading, paying cash, or a combination of the 3. It's $39.9 with those services. Now, if you want to buy this motorhome as is, which we call option B, just like it is in the video, take the good with any potential bad. We will discount the price because we don't have to pay a tech to do a checkout on it. We don't have to pay a tech to do a walkthrough demonstration. We don't have to pay the warranty company for the warranty and all the other stuff. So if you're willing to buy this thing just as is, take the good with any potential bad. And folks, as is means as is. There's no exclusions to that rule. Doesn't matter if it's a motorhome part or a chassis part. It's as is. In other words, folks, it's yours. You're responsible for 100% of all repairs it may need, past, present, present and future. So please keep that in mind for those of you who don't know what as is means, that there is no calling the dealer, say, hey, a week later and say, this didn't work, that didn't work. Guess what? We never checked it. It's yours. You've got the discount. If you're willing to buy one under those conditions, we're more than happy to discount this unit. What those services cost us, but please understand, folks, you need to really understand and Google as is, no warranty, what that means. There's no recourse, there's no guarantees, it's yours, good and bad. Just like you married your spouse, for better or worse. So, if you're willing to buy one under those conditions, we're more than happy to give you a discounted price. You can take it home the same day you pay for it. You don't have to wait for any inspection or anything like that. And before you make your decision to do option A or B, or before you even decide if you want to buy it or not at all, come look at it, folks. Come look at it, spend some time in it, get to know it, test drive it, before you decide if you even want to buy it or not, folks. Because I personally recommend never buy a used vehicle sight unseen on the internet. No matter how good it looks, pictures and video, you need to come look at it. And at the end of the day, it's still a 12-year-old used RV, even with the incredibly low mileage. So check it out, folks, before you decide if you want to buy it. Give us a call. Look forward to seeing everybody here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.